Yes, 104.9 Coyote Country. Michael Ray, his latest is The One That Got Away. I'm Robert Miguel. Good morning. The time is 9:14. I've got special guest in the studio. Y'all make some noise for yourselves, man. We got some bullfighters over here, and of course we got Shorty Gorham. Come on over here to the mic, sir. Now, I had the pleasure of talking to you, I believe, last year for a short time, and we're getting ready to do it all over again, huh?
Yeah, another year, another exciting time.
So, how's the last year been for you since you were last in town?
Man, it's been great. It's been real busy, growing the business, and just been a great year. Like I said, real busy, so the good thing about that is it usually keeps you out of trouble.
Well, now, you get out there and you do your thing on the dirt, but you're one of the business minds behind it all, too, right? So, go ahead and tell us exactly what your complete involvement in the industry is.
Well, so I'm a bullfighter. I work for the PBR. If you watch CBS and CBS Sports Network telecast, you'll see me there talking as part of the commentary crew. So I do that, and then here a few years ago we started up the American Freestyle Bullfighting, which is the event we're going to have at the Cactus Jack Foundation at the Fairplex, Uvalde County Fairplex.
Now that is one tonight, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. 7 o'clock. Is that right?
7 o'clock tonight. You can get tickets there, so if you don't have tickets, don't worry about it. Come on down. $15. It's going to be the greatest show you ever seen for $15. I promise.
And kids 10 and under free with parents.
That's right.
Right. It's a good deal. So you've been doing this for a few years now.
Yeah.
And what catalyzed you guys starting this whole event?
Well, we got in the bull business, and Quattro and Kincaid Light here.
Too.
Oh, perfect.
Different kind of bull, though.
Yeah. Anyways, we started putting on some events, and it just kind of happened. It really was by accident, but glad we did it, and it's been a fun journey so far.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you toured the world, all these people, so obviously it's really easy to kind of jump in there and use those contacts and relationships and make a great thing happen. So we are really honored that you guys are doing your stuff here. We got a fantastic venue at the Fairplex.
It's a great place. We've been down there all day yesterday getting set up. It looks great. There's some new additions this year that I think everybody's gonna enjoy a little bit more. So it's gonna be fun.
Now, for those who haven't been to a bullfighting event, what exactly can we expect? Let's just say, like, you're like me and you're a city boy. Explain to us what exactly we're gonna catch.
Well, in American Freestyle Bullfighting, if you'll picture a Spanish fighting bull, that's the breed that we use.
Toro.
Exactly.
All right.
And they've been raised since the early 1700s to perform the way they do. So they're born mean, no doubt about it. But so a Spanish fighting bull and one man that's brave enough to stand out there and nod his head. It's a 45-second competition. You can call the fight after 30 seconds, but these guys basically are judged on how aggressive they are, both the bull and the rider. So the bull's going to get half the score, and the fighter, is going to get half the score.
Nice.
So
okay.
On aggression by both the bull and the fighter, how well the bullfighter can control the bull, or if the bull's controlling the bullfighter, they're gonna move up. Any extra tricks, any extra any daring moves that you can make is obviously going to get you more points. So you want the meanest bull possible, and then you want to keep getting around him just by the skin of your teeth, and that's when you get your big scores.
Now, are there any signature moves that you look for? Do you have certain names for certain cool tricks and maneuvers?
Yeah, some of these guys. Cade Gibson here, you'll get to talk to him here in a minute. He's got a really cool flat foot jump, so he stands there flat footed, and when the bull comes running out of the chute, he'll jump over him that way. And a lot of these guys have got some different signature moves. We'll have Chance Pruitt down there this weekend. He likes to do a front flip over him right out of the gates, and so we've got
show off.
Yeah, we've got a guy that jumps him with a pogo stick, and got all kinds of cool stuff. It's pretty entertaining. These guys are using their minds to be creative and take it to a new level.
Now, do you want to go now introduce the guys and get some more?
Yeah, we'll bring. We've got Cade Gibson here. Cade's actually this is the 2018 World Finals for AFB. So Cade Gibson's coming in here leading the event. He's got the edge on everybody, but it's going to be close. There's enough points here that he can win it or lose it here this weekend. Alex McWilliams, he's another guy that can come in there and move Cade out of the number one spot. And Andre Sasquatch Gonzalez is here. So
Sasquatch in the house. All right.
Yeah, we got a good crew.
Come on over here, Cade. So now you do this. What is he called? A standing what? What is it?
It's a flat foot jump.
Flat foot jump. Now, so this is kind of just like your signature move. Do you guys have signature moves, things that your fans expect to see you do or try?
Man, I try to stick to fundamentals. The fans definitely. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. They're the ones that push us on and on to go on to do bigger and better things. So we bring out some some big tricks or some big moves, keep them on the edge of their seats.
Now, so you're going to be out there, they're going to release this bull, you're going to be standing there, and then he's going to approach you, and you're just going to stand there and flip over it.
That's the plan, yeah.
That's amazing. Now, correct me for this is a stupid question, but how do you train for something like that? I mean, you don't just have. I mean, that's a tricky thing to just kind of practice.
Yes, sir. Man, we're athletes. I mean, there's no other way around it. When we're not getting around bulls or any bovine for that matter, it's we're in the gym, and if we're not in the gym, we're sitting there watching film just like the NFL players do, just like baseball players do. It really doesn't matter. We sit there and watch film, study different guys' techniques and different bulls, and I mean it's a wild animal. You never know what they're going to do. There's no set pattern. Now, is this a world that you've been in since you were very young and you've evolved, and this is something you've been striving for from a young age, or were you inspired at some point later in your life? I mean, you're a pretty young guy. What, you're 20 years old? 21, yes, 21, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. I grew up around it. I was blessed to have a family that was in the rodeo scene for a long period of time. Followed my dad around at rodeos since I was little. Kept my teeth on a bronc saddle. I mean, I've been going to it since I was in diapers. And man, it's just been a dream of mine to strap on a world buckle, and never really knew that freestyle was going to be my game, but I'm definitely blessed that it is. Well, it is really amazing, and I guess for a guy like me who, when I see you guys do what you do, it's like, wow, how can you do? But I guess if you grow up in it, you're striving for it, you're seeing it just right there in front of you, and that's very, very cool. So what can we expect tonight? What kind of numbers do you need to put up, and what are you expecting to do to win? Man, I mean, it's going to be a tough group of guys all the way around. There's nobody here that's just gonna lay down and let somebody take it. They're gonna be giving everything that they got, 110%, because it's a matter of life and death with these bulls. They don't care. They don't read your resume. They don't care how good you are. Don't care how pretty you are for some of these Cali boys. But hey, you're a pretty man too. All right? Appreciate it. But we just got to go after it and go leave it all out there and make sure there's nothing left in the tank when it's all said and done. Is there anybody on the roster here today that you're looking at going, this is the person that I'm worried about as far as competitive wise? No, sir. I try not to play in that game. Okay. I just got to go fight my bull and do what I can with my bull. Everybody's here is different in their approach to getting ready for one of these deals, and we just got to go in and give it everything we got. Well, it sounds like you got a good head on your shoulders, and I hope you keep it. Yes, sir. Tonight, yes, sir. Again, Cade, Gibby Gibson, man, give it up, guys. Appreciate it. Awesome. Let's go. I'm going to take a quick break, do some news, come back. We're going to talk to some more of these bullfighters, so stick around. Let me go ahead and cue this right on up. This is 104.9. This is, hold on, Coyote Country.
I love you guys.
Coyote Country, 104.9.
Nobody plays more country.
Yes, 104.9 Coyote Country. Robert Miguel here with you this morning. The time is 9:25. I've got special guests in the studio, man. It's exciting from the AFB. We've got Shorty Gorham here. Also, we just spoke to Caden Gibson. We've got Alex McWilliams and Andres Gonzalez. Let's get Alex over here, man. Come on over here. Mr. Alex McWilliams, how you doing, sir?
Good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm great. It's good to see you.
Perfect. Good to see you, too.
So I got a little cheat sheet here. Now, I don't know how current this information is. It says here, Alex, that you are 19, 6 feet tall, 185 pounds. You've been fighting for 4.5 years, 2 AFB wins, and you're from Paso Robles, California.
Yes, sir.
Is all that still updated?
Yeah.
Well, very good. Man, you're a good-looking guy. You look like Heath Ledger. You hear that a lot?
Thank you. No, I never heard that.
You look like Heath Ledger. That's good. Yeah, I'm just saying. All right. Ladies, you like this guy. So man, how excited are you to be here tonight for the event?
I'm excited. I'm really excited. This is my first time here, and I'm just ready to show out.
Now, as Kate said earlier, you guys are California kids, right?
Yeah, so, me and Sasquatch, California.
How much time do you spend in Texas? I mean, you got a cowboy hat. You're a cowboy, so.
Actually, I moved back over here in September, and I've been over here. So.
Very good. Very good. Has it been hard getting reacclimated?
Kind of a little bit. I just kind of had to start from new again, I had my parents own a big business back home. They have animals, so I was always around it, and now I moved over here and starting a new life pretty much.
Well, now we talked to Kate earlier about how he got in the business. What was it that have you been doing this all your life pretty much too?
No, sir. My dad owned cattle since I was pretty young, but he was never in the rodeo world, and my dad ended up meeting Frank at a PBR, and Frank invited me to his school, and that's how I got started.
Really? So you've been schooled on this stuff. So about what age did you start on that?
I actually started fighting at 14.
Wow, so that's like 5-6 years for you, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and then you've been fighting for 4.5 years on your resume here. So, what's the process like from newbie now? Whenever you're starting off with this, were you starting off at kind of an older age, or is this the right age to start getting into this?
I think it's all about maturity in your mind. You know, like you got to definitely have a sound mind in any sport. You know, like especially this sport, because you can die. That's the bottom line of it. Yeah. And like last year, there was a 16-year-old kid, but he's got a good head on his shoulders. You know, like he could keep the pressure under control. You know, and still go out there and fight his bull to full potential. So in reality, it just depends on the person, you know. Some guys, it's later on in the bullfighting career, and some guys, they can start in it.
Well, I think you made a good point. You got to have a sharp mind, you know, about you, and of course, the physicality has to be very demanding. What, in your experience, and again, you guys kind of all look the same. You're all tall and handsome compared to me. But what gives you the physical edge? Is it better to be like taller, leaner, stronger? You know, what do you guys have any? Is there like the kind of the perfect vibe you guys are going for? I
mean, it just depends. There's all types of guys. Like Sasquatch, he's a big old thick kid. He's fast though. He's got a really cool, fancy way of fighting bulls. Cade, he's taller than me, and he looks like he's a little baby kid out there jumping them. And I mean, it really just depends on like physical abilities.
Okay, right. So you guys kind of all have your own style and your own approach. Yeah. That sounds really cool. I like how you said fancy. I'm going to talk to Sasquatch about his fancy ways here in a moment. So what do you plan to do tonight? What's your take on the whole thing? What's your approach?
Go out there and read my bull. As soon as he comes out, just read him, jump or fight, run and fight him. You know, I mean, you can't really make a game plan. You just got to react to the bull.
Now, I like that you said read the bull. So obviously, you're going to get out there, you're going to try to make a connection and use some context clues, I guess, to figure out what's that process like. When you get there and you figure out what you're up against.
Like right out of the gate, you nod for him and he comes, and you can read a lot from a bull. Just those 2-3 strides he has coming out to you from that gate, and it's just really reading your bull. You know, like some bulls might be a little weaker. You have to push on them. Some bulls are so hot that you can just fight them right there in the middle, and they won't leave you for the whole 45 seconds.
Now you say 45 seconds. Now, is there a point within that? You know, it's a short time. It's a short time, but for you guys, I'm sure it's an eternity, right? So, is there a certain point in that 45 seconds where you're like, I got this guy. This is my B. You know, or is it kind of like a stroll? Is the whole time you're reading and you're just, you know, what's that process like?
Like a lot of people think 30 seconds, 45 seconds, that's super short, but when you're out there, it feels like 10 minutes. You're fighting bulls, and you're
living in slow motion, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that whole entire time you're having to read your bull. Okay. It's not like you figure him out in the first couple jumps. The bull will get smarter. He'll start losing a little bit of air towards the end of your bullfight, and then you're going to have to take the fight to him sometimes. So really, in reality, you're always reading your bull the whole entire bullfight, and you're having to react to that bull the whole entire bullfight.
So you could actually be very surprised, but to find out your scoring at the end, is there ever an opportunity or a chance where you might think, hey, man, I kind of owned that, and then you get the number back, and you're like, oh, I guess not, and then you watch the tape, and you're like, oh, yeah, that wasn't as good as I thought it was? Or do you pretty much have when you're done, you pretty much have a good idea of how that's going to go?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. Like, I'll just play football, for example. You got a football team who plays the best game they've ever played, but they still lose, you know? Yeah. But that could just mean that other football team's better. Same with the bull. Like, we go out there, put on a really good bullfight, in our opinion, but that bull's been beating us the whole time, and we don't realize it until we watch it on film, and then it's like, all right, yeah, you know, the judges were right. So, and then there's times where, you go put on a heck of a bullfight, and you're in full control, and there's nothing wrong with it, and you'll get a good score. You'll move on.
Well, right on, man. This is really interesting stuff, so I really appreciate you giving me the time here. Again, that's Alex McWilliams. See him tonight, this evening, 7 o'clock at Uvalde County Fairplex. Tickets are available at the door, $15, general admission, and then kids 10 and under get in free with their parent. I'm going to play one more song. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to Sasquatch. Is that cool? Yeah. All right, we're going to play some music here, a little Luke Combs. Come back at you with more on 104.9 Coyote Country. It's 104.9 Coyote Country. Luke Combs. She got the best of me. I'm Robert Miguel. Good morning. Hey, we've got another special guest in the studio here, Sasquatch. I'm gonna call you by your nickname there.
Oh, no, that's fine. I prefer to go by Sasquatch.
All right, very cool. So go and give us your full legal name there.
Oh, my name's Andres Gonzalez, but I'm more known as Sasquatch.
All right, very good. Now what got you your nickname of Sasquatch?
My friends were just kind of making fun of me because I'm the shortest one out of all my friends, but I was the only cowboy. So they thought I could live out in the jungle and stuff like that. And then I was the first one to like grow my beard out, so they were just making fun of me, and I just sticked with it.
It stuck, and you're like, hey, yeah, bring it on. I like it.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so you're doing the big competition tonight, AFB at Uvalde County Fairplex. Again, tickets are $15 at the door, plenty available. Bring the kids. They're free, 10 and under, with parents paid admission. So I'm looking at your numbers here. Let's see here. You are 21 years old. Is that still true?
Yes, sir.
5'8", 180 pounds. You've been fighting for 6 years, and you've got one AFB win. What is that like so far? Is that all updated information? Correct?
Yeah, I have 2 AFB wins now.
Right
thank
on.
God.
Very
yeah.
good. All right. So you're making the way on up. What are your expectations for tonight?
Just go out there and handle my bull just like any other day.
Very good. Now earlier they were talking about you having some fancy tricks, some good moves out there. What are you going to get out there? You're going to give us a little bit of a show?
Oh, yeah, man. I always like to, before I call out my bull, I like to dance. I like to get the crowd going, so I start dancing. That's why they say I like to get fancy with it, and then I end up calling for my bull.
That is awesome. Now, it's radio, so they can't see, but would you mind giving me a little sample?
Oh, yeah, you just got to do a little salsa, you know?
Look at that hip moving, man.
Yeah.
The lady's going to like you, man.
Yeah.
And you're not a bad-looking guy either, all right? So, again, you're from California, too, right?
Yes, sir.
So what's your background as far as the bullfighting goes?
I mean, my uncle was a bull rider, but it was more like in the charro side, like the Mexican rodeo side. So I kind of grew up with bull riding my whole life, but I was always too husky. I felt I was always too big, so I could never really ride bulls. Bulls start spinning, I'll end up flying out of the way, you know. So then I thought I would be better with my feet on the ground since I played football, and ever since I stick to bullfighting.
Yeah, no, you're like I was talking earlier about the physicality of it and the different physiques you guys have. You're a little shorter than the other guys, and you look a little.
I'm the
more...
shortest. I'm the shortest one you'll see out there for sure.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
Very good. I bet that you look adorable down there. Just around. But so, do you think that gives you an edge, or do you have to work a little harder?
I mean, I feel like I just got to work a little harder just on myself. Like, if I ever try jumping a bull, I got to work a little harder because I'm so much shorter compared to, like, K to 6'2".
He's on stilts,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, he got those lengthy legs and stuff, and I'm over here just trying to get off the ground, so... Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great, man. Well, you guys are all fantastic gentlemen, so it's going to be a good time. Now, is this your first time to compete in Uvalde? Or
no, thank God last year I was here in Uvalde, and I made a championship round, but I ended up placing second overall. But thank God I'm back here this year, hopefully, you know, just coming just like my brothers out here to win it, you know.
Now being your second visit to Uvalde County Fairplex, which again I think is just a fantastic venue, was your experience pretty good last year? Oh, yeah, it was awesome. It was my first ever freestyle, and after that, I just stick with freestyle, I stick with Shorty, and it was awesome just going down the road with all these AFB's events. Do you feel having been in the house over at the Fairplex, do you feel like gives you an edge this year? Oh, yeah. Hopefully a couple more people know me and a lot more people get into my dancing when I start dancing, you know? Now when people cheer for you, make a little noise, does that help, you know? What you guys, it help you guys get in the zone? It motivates us, you know? It's just like, you know, just almost like hearing a coach, you know, motivating you to push up more weight in the football gym, you know? It's just like motivation for us to like just being that home team advantage. Yeah, like when you just hear the crowd going, I bet that's when like people just go, oh yeah, I'm about to jump this bull. Like, you know, like the crowd's going, why can I, you know, like just keep them going. Now, from what I understand, you're bilingual, right? Do you speak Spanish? Yes, sir. No, they asked me when you guys came in if I was going to do the interview in Spanish, and we do it at the Hano station right next door. I'm going to get you in there to talk to them. Go and give us a little bit of Spanish love for our bilingual listeners. Aquí los esperamos a las 7 de la noche. Vamos a estar empezando el evento de aquí de los toros de Lidia. Vamos a estar haciendo recortes con ellos y vamos a hacer competición entre 15 de mis hermanos y aquí nos esperamos, mi gente. Very nice. Y'all can't do that, can you? No. Very nice. All right. So again, Sasquatch, y'all give it up, man. Good stuff. Thank you. Shorty, you want to come over here and put a little bow on this whole thing one more time? You betcha. You betcha. Yeah, no, like Sasquatch just told you in Spanish there. Come on down to the Uvalde County Complex, Fairplex tonight, 7 o'clock.
$15 tickets. Kids are free. There are some VIP tickets left.
Okay.
They're $100 a piece, and that includes all the beer you can drink.
Wow.
So if you're wanting to have a good time
You sure
tonight,
about that? I could drink $100 worth of beer.
you will. Come on down, because I'd imagine there's some that can't, so you can have their share too.
There you go.
But no, it's going to be a great event, and it's just it's if you've never seen it before, it's one of the most intense 45 seconds you'll ever watch in your life. Absolutely. You're talking about a bull that wants to kill you, that doesn't care who you are, what you are, anything like that. He's out there to kill you, and your job is to get in close and dare him as much as you can and put on a show, and you're not going to outrun him. You're going to have to outmaneuver him and outsmart him. So it's pretty good watching. There's going to be some wrecks tonight, and there's going to be some awesome moves as well. So it's exciting.
We're very excited about it. Sounds like it's going to be a fantastic show, and of course a great competition. I'm rooting for all you guys. You guys are all amazing. And one final thing, you got any I'm sure you got a ton of sponsors. You want to thank anybody in particular for helping you guys put on the event?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the Cactus Jack Foundation event, so thanks to them for having us, and it's for a great cause, raising money for the community of Uvalde, and Marquis Metalworks is a sponsor of the tour, and WSM Auctioneers, great people to have behind us, and just come on down, support them, support your community, and have a few cold cocktails and enjoy yourself tonight.
Right on tonight at Uvalde County Fairplex. And again, the information is at, let me see, I got my thing here. Website is CactusJackBullRiding.com for all the information on all the events this weekend. All right, thanks again, guys. Y'all make some noise for yourselves. We'll see you tonight at Uvalde County Fairplex with 104.9 Coyote Country.